Hey guys, how you doing? It's Kevtech here bringing another video on information technology. I hope you're having a good day. Happy Monday. And today I want to talk about quiet firing and an article I want to go over. Obviously, if you're new to my channel, you know what to do. Rate, comment, subscribe. And it's funny because I went over quiet quitting. Now I want to go over quiet firing. So for someone that's like quiet quitting, what is that? So if someone is they're doing their job and they're doing like the minimum. They're super duper lazy. They don't want to do anything. That's quiet quitting. Um, Obviously you set your boundaries, right? Obviously, if we work 8 to 5, we work 8 to 5, and then a hiring manager or owner or whatever CEO wants us to do beyond that, you better pay extra for that, right? Because we're not we get paid to do what we're told to do, right? And obviously, sometimes, unfortunately, in some companies, and I'm just being honest with you because I've been through this, and I'm sharing like my IT war stories, right? Because that's just how I am. So unfortunately, I have busted my ass before in some of these companies, and they never took care of me. I'm just being honest with you. I'm being super honest with you. That's my personal experience. So obviously, I always go far and beyond. I grind a living hell out of my jobs, but at the same time, I'm a little hesitant with some companies because they never took care of me. So why should I take care of them? That's just how I look at life. I'm sorry, unfortunately. And some people that have work in IT, they look at it that way too. I'm speaking on behalf of everyone else because we kill ourselves and then we don't get compensated well enough. And I'm going to talk about that today because this has happened to me, and I'm going to share my stories with you. All right. So let me share my screen. All right. And don't get it confused with me quitting because I actually do my job. I give 110% every day I go to work. I don't ignore customers. I don't ignore clients. I don't do the minimum. I do everything I'm supposed to do. So that's the difference between somebody that is quiet quitting, someone that doesn't want to do anything, and someone that wants to do the actual work. All right. So let's see here. So 5 times you're being quite fired from your job, right? So as a LinkedIn poll, this is from a couple weeks ago. This was given to me by Black Heights, Antoine Wayne, and we spoke about this obviously, so it's pretty interesting. So a lot of people talk about quiet quitting, but very little talk about quiet firing, which is when you don't give someone a raise in 5 years, right? Let me click on that. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh my goodness, look at all those likes and retweets. Oh my goodness. I have my own Twitter account, by the way, but actually I'll show you my Twitter account. You should go over here. So let me you guys have it right here. Kevtech support. That's my Twitter account. All right. And I have 329 followers here. Actually, I had like no followers and I have followers now. But anyway, that's besides the point. So in some cases, quiet firing can cause quiet quitting, right? And yeah, here we go. It's 5 signs. Sign number one, your boss is MIA for much needed conversation. So they may have been busy, sure, but they also could be thinking, I know this is get very awkward very quickly. So let me hide my face, he said. Hmm. Your manager's number one job is to ensure that people on their team is happy, successful, and thriving to remove obstacles and blockers from their way. I agree with this. So if you're you're not boss, like I don't like this manager, right? If your manager's MIA, right, and he's not doing one-on-one sessions with you, you know how you have like one-on-one like check-ins with your manager to see how you're progressing in your year or progressing in the next couple of months. So every couple of weeks you have to do one-on-ones with your manager. So remember I talked about KPIs. Remember I talked about that. Remember I talked about KPIs. So this is very important. So let me go over here real quick. So what is KPI? So it's key performance indicator. Remember I spoke about this. So you can just Google it. I literally Googled it because people were asking me about it. So you want to make sure that they're coaching, they're mentoring you, they're going over your career progression. They're going over, okay, what you want to be next? Do you want to be a sysadmin? Do you want to be a network admin? This could be any IT job, by the way. It doesn't have to be IT support. It could be any job. So if your manager's not checking in on you and asking you if everything's okay and doing things like that, then they're not doing anything at all for you, man. You might be in a bad company if they're not doing anything for you. The manager's not even checking in on you just physically like, oh, how you doing? How's your day? Or how can I make your life a lot easier for your job? Or what obstacles are you having with other teams and stuff like that? So if your manager doesn't do that, you may want to start looking for another job. I'm just being honest with you. All right. Your boss assigns you opportunities your boss assigns opportunity you wanted to other team members. So that does happen as well. So if your job or if your manager gives you your manager gives you or assigns something to somebody else and not you, he probably has some trust issues, or she probably has some trust issues, and they're not giving you that stuff. It's because they don't trust you at all. So that is not good at all. That basically means like, I don't trust this person. I'm not going to give them any more responsibilities or duties. That's how it happens. It happens like that. So they may not trust you. See, it even says right here, may have changed their mind. They also thinking, I don't trust you. Let me give this high profile project to someone I know that will do the job and do it well. So that basically means they don't trust you. They think you can get the job done. So they're just giving you a bunch of red signs. They want to fire you, or they want to get rid of you. They want you to just leave the job. So this is very important, by the way. The first step to solving the situation is to diagnose the situation. Is your manager behavior change really due to them quiet firing you? He said, or it might be reading too much into the situation, interpreting that every action with doom and gloom in your mind. Like, yeah, that basically means as well, like maybe this opportunity wasn't assigned to you because maybe you can't do it. Maybe you're showing them that you're not able to handle responsibility, or maybe you're doing something wrong in the company. So you got to interpret it both ways. They're probably not giving you that opportunity because you're just being lazy. It could be that, or it could be that you don't know how to do it, or it could be like they don't trust you, or it could be so many different signs. So you have to interpret it differently, right? Because my experience with this is I never had this issue before in any of my jobs. So if you do have this issue, you may want to interpret it and see what's going on there. There's something strange is going on. If they're not giving you other projects to work on or other opportunities to work on, then something strange is really going on in that environment. Okay. Your boss can't provide clarity on why your coworkers are getting raises and promotions while you are. Yeah. So this one, I could relate to this one. Definitely correlated this one. So if you're getting small raises, or you're not even getting a raise at all, and you really bust your ass and you did really well in your job, and you have a portfolio. Let me stop sharing. And you have a portfolio. You have something that you actually did like throughout the whole year. Like I closed this amount of tickets. I did this amount of projects. I helped these amount of people. I saved money for the company. Did all these things, right? And they're not taking care of you, and you're not getting any raises or anything. You better leave that job. It's just like, it doesn't make any sense at that point. It's just like, all right, I gotta leave this job. Not giving me a raise or anything. I better leave this job. This happened to me, by the way. I got a $1 raise in one job. In another job, I got a 25 cents raise. So 2 jobs have done that to me. So it's like, I better just leave. It doesn't make any sense for me to stay, right? Even though I did the most work, they didn't take care of me. So I have personally, me, and I'm just saying this, I don't know, managers watch this video. Personally, me, I have issues with certain managers. I have issues with managers because they have not taken care of me when I know I'm giving them 110%. And this is not a video of me being a crybaby. This is a video of me stating the truth, because sometimes you're in a company, you give them your heart, your soul, you give them 110%, and they don't take care of you, and then you end up leaving, and then they wonder, why are you leaving this job? Because you don't take care of them, right? I know managers are watching this, so I have to say that. So that's how it is. If you don't take care of your employee, your best employee is going to quit because you're not taking care of them. I'm just being honest with you. I'm speaking on behalf of people that work and do their job and get this stuff done, right? So if you're not taking care of your employees, you better reevaluate your whole company as a whole, or reevaluate whoever is taking care of budgeting and stuff like that. Just saying. All right, I'm gonna steer again. All right, and then this one, number 4, you're placed on an unreasonable performance improvement plan. Yeah, so that one, yeah. So if you're being put in an improvement plan and they're doing something wrong in your job, you're either not performing properly, or they see something wrong with you. It could be a lot of different reasons why they're doing this. I never had this issue before, but just be careful with these things, all right? And then the last one, your job expectations or workload changes without any input from you. Yeah, so that's really bad. So if they take away responsibility or they take away work from you, that means they may be trying to get rid of it. They're probably adjusting everything. Like, it says right here, another clue is that you're being quiet fires when your employer expectations change without input, without any adjustment in their title or pay. Yeah, it definitely is that, right? So come across California, New York, that she want to keep her position. They won't offer any additional relocation or anything. There is no negotiation in terms of employees after a big change. The message is being sent accept the way it is or just leave. Look at that. Oh, boy. Organizations count on the fact that we shackle to the money and to the salary, so they believe they can do this. and they also feel like they have the upper hand in that you leave, you will find something else. Yeah, that's how it is. At the end of the day, that's how it is. Unfortunately, that is how it is. You may have to just leave that job if they don't take care of you. And I'm going to leave this article below in the description so you guys can read it and take a look at it. So it gives you a good indication of why you should quit. So these are the 5 reasons, right? So reason number 1, your manager is avoiding you at all times. He's not even coaching you or providing mentorship or providing career development or career advancement, and they don't want to move you around or do anything for you or move you to another department so you could get a better career. That is number 1. Number 2 is your boss assigns opportunities you wanted to learn to other team members. That's not good. Your manager is giving it to someone else because they don't trust you. Number 3, they don't even give you a raise or a promotion. Time for you to leave. Number 4, you're placing a performance plan. And then number 5, your workload changes. So these are 5 signs that they're a quiet firing you. So you better be careful with that. And I like to go over this because, like I said, this has happened to me before, and I'm going based on my experience. And I know some people that watch my videos are hiring managers and directors, and then just take care of your employees. Like if they're giving it 110% and they're doing their job and they're really taking care of the customers and the employees, you got to take care of them too. At the end of the day, we're human, right? We have bills to pay, and we really like to do our jobs. We want to help people, but if you don't want to advance your employees, you don't want to move them up in the world, or you don't want to move them to another position, they're gonna run away from your company, and then you're wondering why you can't hire people, or you can't hire talent. Is because you're not taking care of any of your employees. It's super duper important that it's a win-win situation for both of you. You take care of them, they take care of you. It goes back and forth, right? And it goes back and forth with the employee. Like you're supposed to do it when you do a job interview. You're supposed to be interviewing them, and they interview you. It's a 2-way streak. This isn't 1-way streak. It's a 2-way streak. That's the reason why people leave their jobs. That's the reason why people want flexibility, want benefits. They like to be in a good environment. They stay away from toxic environments. They stay away from toxic employees, toxic managers, toxic co-workers. It could be anything. So you want to keep all of that in mind. It's very, very important. This is the reason why people leave their jobs. There's so many reasons people leave their jobs, but it's not that the person is lazy or something like that. Unless they are. If they're lazy, that's different, right? But it's people want clarity. People want a career advancement. People want a manager that takes care of them. And if you're not doing that, you may need to get rid of that manager. That manager's not doing their job. That's not how you manage a team. If you're a manager, you should be coaching, mentoring, not screaming and yelling at your employee, not telling them, "Oh, I'm not going to help you," avoiding them at all times, or saying, "Oh, like the employee comes up to you, I need help. I'm not going to help you," because I'm going based on that because this has happened to me too, by the way. And this happened to somebody that I have trained. They reached out to their hiring manager. The manager doesn't want to even help them at all. So it is what it is, right? At that point, you better go look for another job. Anyway, hopefully this answers your questions on quiet firing. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. Take care. Peace.